What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome to another edition of the Croot on the U, brought to you by the Scoop on the U. We're jumping right into it tonight. We have got a very special 2025 outside linebacker from Miami Central High School, Ezekiel Marcelin. And if it's Marcelin, I'll let him correct me.
Yeah, it's
All right,
Marshall. It's Marshall.
Marcelin?
Marcelin.
Marcelin. Okay, I got the
Yeah.
second one right. All right. I always like to make sure I get that right. Thanks for joining us, bro. Thanks for taking the time to jump back on and let Canes fans get more familiar with your development and recruitment and all that.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. No problem. Well, we always jump off, man. Height and weight currently.
I'm 202, 6 feet.
Okay. Have you had your wingspan measured lately?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Was there any off-season workouts that you did that really helped you this season that you felt really took your game to another level?
I had my former coach from Optimus, Coach Q, and at Miami Central we had this thing as a defense we call factory. So we have factory to help you get quicker, faster, make you have feet like a DB as a even as a linebacker in our D line as well. So that's what.
So last time I spoke to you, man, I think it was I want to say like late September, early October. You were mid-season. Just how much did you think you grew as a player throughout this state championship season?
I think I grew a lot. I had a lot of ups and downs during the season, but I fought through adversity and helped my team win the state championship, another state championship, and also as well national championship.
You're right, yeah. And just tell me how much did both of those accomplishments mean to you?
Um, it's big to me adding that to my resume, being the first Miami Central football team to win the national championship and just bringing that back home was a great feeling.
Mhm. And then how just overall throughout the entire season, how do you think you did?
I think I had a decent season, but I think I could have did way better.
What are you looking on to improve at the most this off season?
Probably getting better at my covering skills, getting out there with receivers, fast receivers, getting my feet quicker, and getting to the ball a little bit faster.
How long you been playing the outside linebacker position?
Well, throughout my whole years playing football, I was really like back and forth with DN and linebacker and running back. But like my last 2 years in Optimist, that's when I really started to play linebacker.
And are you doing any 7-on-7?
Yeah, this weekend I'll be in Naples with Bless.
Okay, sounds good.
And then just to make sure, man, you're at Miami on the 22nd of January, right? Or that
Yes,
week. Gotcha.
right.
And just how was your visit there? How was it?
It was great. They treated me like family. I sat and played games with the coaches. Sat down. They talked to my parents. They talked to my family. It was a great experience. I talked to Coach Cristobal. You know him. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. He just tried to persuade me. So,
Mhm. And what do you mean by games exactly?
huh?
You
Like,
mentioned
oh yeah, like Madden, 2K. Like, it just made me feel like we was family.
really who'd you play in Madden out of curiosity?
I played Coach Sabbath.
Did you win?
No.
Hey, Ezekiel, man, what gets you most excited on game day? Is it the pump up before the game, or is it something that happens in game that just gets you fired up?
Just the competition and just knowing that I'm blessed to have another day to play football. Every day. Just blessed that you feel me that I could have another day to play football with my teammates.
And going back to the 7-on-7 question I asked you, how do you feel as an outside linebacker that's helped you when you're playing in pads?
It just makes me quicker and make me more confident to go outside of the box and stick receivers and make me even more confident to stick running backs out of the backfield.
And then just going back to your visit to Miami, I know you said they treated you like family. Just what I guess in the grand scheme of things, is their main message to you?
Just to keep the Miami talent at home,
Mhm.
really.
Got you, got you. And then what are some other schools right now? Because I mean, I've been seeing that you've been getting a lot of offers recently. I know Michigan State, USF, a lot of these schools are been giving you this love. Just what are some of those other schools that are really pursuing you a lot right now?
Right now, it's UCF, really. Yeah, really UCF right now. I've been talking to Coach Sims, from UCF, and I'm really liking that too. But you know, time will see. Time will see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you still got a bunch of time. There's still 2 more years left of high school football. Just what about UCF do you really like?
I just like, well, really the coach Sims. Just he was just talking to me, just saying I could call him anytime. Just ask him questions and ask him questions on what I could do to get better as a linebacker. Ask him how was his experience as a football player. So that just really made me feel like connected with him.
Ezekiel, so say you're sitting down with somebody, of course, who understands football, but has never seen your film before. Describe your game.
Explosive, fast, hard hitting. Like that's all you're gonna see on my film.
Pretty much sums it up, man. Yeah, pretty much. Um, so let's look at some game week film study here versus your opponent's run game. I'm kind of curious at the outside linebacker position. What are you looking for early in that tape as far as getting in the backfield or possibly holding containment?
Just like little things, like if he put his hands in the dirt, if he on his tippy toes when he's about to get the ball, if he's sitting back, if he's behind the quarterback, if he's in front of the quarterback, if he's beside the quarterback, that tells you everything about where the player is going and how he's going to come at you.
So just one more question regarding your recruitment. It's very general, right? Um, what do you want to see from these coaches and from these programs when making a decision? Like, what are those key factors that you think are most important?
Just somewhere that I feel like I'm at home and somewhere that I could play early.
Got you. And then, what are the things that you think you need to work on or just improve at for you to take that next step in your game?
This year, I was kind of tackling kind of high. I just want to just focus on getting lower and making my tackles and securing tackles and getting a little better with my covering skills. And I need some interceptions this year too. I had a lot of fumbles, but not that many interceptions.
You spoke about wanting to play early. Cristobal recently stated in one of his media presses that he expects young players to come in and earn PT. You expressed how important it is for you. Is it going to be one of the main deciding factors for you, or is it just going to be one of among many?
One of them among many.
Yeah.
But when it's that time and it's time for me to play, like I'm going to work for my starting position. So it doesn't really matter where I go. I'm going to play early because I'm going to work for that.
Gotcha. So what's the goals for you? I mean, of course, for the team, it's always championship or bust at Miami Central. We know that for sure. Do you have any personal goals for yourself that you want to hit next season?
Right. This year I was aiming for 100, but I fell short. I had 83, but on Max Prep it said 79. But this year I'm aiming for 120. You know, my former teammate Stan Quancock, he had 102 this year. So I'm just focusing on trying to beat that, trying to make me better as a player.
And just talking about team goals, of course. I mean, I know it's to win a state championship, of course. But I guess what is the general vibe around Central right now? What do you guys come in with? Come springtime.
We have a lot of young players from last year. A lot of new players checking in. Armando Blunt. We have a very good D line. Everybody's big, so I don't really think nobody's like no O line is going to touch me. I'm going to be able to fill holes very fast.
Mhm.
But just like we all connecting right now as like we all bonded as a young team. And it just feels great to know that like I'm gonna go through the rest of my high school years with these guys and win many state and national championship with them.
And then, if you don't mind, just shout out some of the Central teammates that you don't think are receiving enough love right now from colleges.
Randy Adrika. Who else? D'Angelo Thompson. DN. Who else? Lamar Smith. Vincent Shavers. Amari Wallace. Sekou Smith. Um, it's a lot of them really.
Yeah.
Tico Schultz. Luke. It's a lot. My apologies. I'm forgetting a lot of them, but it's a lot of my teammates that are very hardworking, and they'll be great at the next level.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, there's so much talent at D line that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough, but I mean, no, it's serious. And just given that you stepping in next year to your junior season, do you think you're going to expect more of a leadership role for that
Yeah,
next?
this year that was my biggest thing, but like I had other people on top of me, but it's like that's it's even bigger for me now. Now going into my junior year, I have to step up and be like the big player on the team.
Now, Ezekiel, set the stage for us here, man. What's it like on Friday nights at Miami Central home games? What's the stands like? What are the fans like? Is it rowdy?
Rowdy, everybody screaming, you know, the smell of the food around the stadium. Uh, everybody's loud screaming for us, cheering for us when we running out. It just make you feel good.
Man, I got a couple more questions for you here, man. First off is go ahead and give the good people here your social media plugs where they can find you online.
Everything is Ezekiel Marcelin. My Instagram _ Ezekiel Marcelin _ my Twitter capital E Ezekiel capital M Marcelin. What else am I on? That's really about it.
What's next for you in terms of football? What's coming up next?
Uh, just training, working hard. Waiting for the spring to come.
Okay, man. And the last question I got for you, a question I've asked you before, I always ask it. Why do you love the game of football, man? Why do you love it?
I've been playing it since a kid, and it just grew. I just grew to love for it. Just knowing that I could use this game to take care of my family and just use this as a vessel.
Yeah, so I just got two more quick questions for you, man. So we spoke a little bit about how you want to elevate more into that leadership role. What would you say is your leadership style? Is it more lead by example or vocal, or just how would you describe it?
It's kind of both vocal and lead by example, because I know if my teammates see what I'm doing, they gonna follow, or they gonna follow suit.
And then last question, the question that I always ask, which I asked you back in September, October, has your game day playlist changed at all? And just who are you listening to?
No, it hasn't changed. Still listening to Young Boy, Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, Lil Durk.
Sounds good, man.
Well, Luke, that's all I had for our fantastic guest, man. Was that the last you had?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I had, man. Appreciate you coming on and talking to us once again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, Ezekiel, for joining us tonight, man. And we always want to stay in touch so we can just keep, updating fans about your development, your recruitment. We know the U got their eyes on you, man. That staff's got you really high on their list, bro. So we definitely want to stay in touch.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great night, man.
You too.
All righty. We have got our next guest who will be showing up here shortly. What do you have to say, though, in the meantime about Ezekiel Marcelin?
Just an overall explosive athlete at the outside linebacker position. I mean, he big time plays for just a loaded Central team last year. I mean, Central by all means was probably the best team in Florida, and he just was a key part of that. I mean, and just playing with the likes of Ruben Baines, Stanquan Clark, just so many other great players as he mentioned. Amari Wallace, I'm forgetting a lot, but that Central defense was so good, and Ezekiel Marcelin was such a big player on that defense. And the thing is, yes, they're losing Ruben Bay, and yes, they're losing Stanquan Clark, but they're adding a Armando Blunt, who is, some would say the best rising junior in the country. So that central defense is going to be really good once again. Ezekiel Marcelin is once again going to be a huge part of that.
Yep. Well, man, we have got our next fantastic guest backstage with us right now. Guys, we've got a recruit joining us from Texas, from Red Oak High School in Texas. This is 2025 wide receiver Taz Williams.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, Taz? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How about you?
We're doing good, man. You able to hear us clearly?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Good, great, man. Thank you for taking the time to join the
Oh,
show.
no
So,
problem. No
Canes
problem.
fans can get a little more familiar with you and all that,
Yeah.
Man, I always like to jump off with height and weight currently.
I'm 6'1", around 175.
Okay. Have you had your wingspan measured?
I did recently, and then I don't remember it, but I had it done. I think last week. I think.
Okay. Have you done any timed runs? 40 times or anything like that?
No, sir, not yet. Not yet.
So, what do you feel were some of the off-season workouts that you did before this last season that helped you take your game to a higher level?
It was probably just working with my receiver trainer, Margin Hooks. He was just pushing me, just getting me better, just getting me ready for the season. I was just coming off a back injury. I had a stress fracture in my L5 vertebrae, and I was out, I think, for 8 to 9 weeks. And then he got me back right, and then I had did my thing my freshman year. Then going into the summer that just passed, I did the
Margin
same
Hooks.
thing. Yeah, Margin, he
Hooks, bro.
just got me in the right way.
He's the truth, bro. We'll bring
Yeah,
him up
he is.
later. I'll ask you about him later, but man, he's the truth, bro. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, first off, it's a
Hey, what
pleasure.
up? Oh, you too. You too.
Yeah, man. So, first off, how would you describe your game to someone who's, never watched you play before?
I'd probably say it's a polished receiver who could get open, who's shifty a little bit, who could hit the outside, get away from his defenders, and catch great passes.
And then, still you're 2025, still got a lot to grow, a lot of time left playing high school football. Just what are some of those areas of your game that you think still need more refinement that you just want to improve on?
Probably my speed, because you never go wrong with getting faster.
Yeah.
And my hands too. I always want to work with my hands, make sure I catch everything thrown to me, and obviously my route running. That's probably it.
How was the season overall for you and your team?
It was good. We went 2 rounds deep.
Okay.
And we had lost to the team called Abilene.
What classification are you in Texas?
We're in 5A. 5A.
Okay. Yeah, you guys got some battles.
5A Division 1 here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got some battles there, no doubt. So, who's your guys' biggest rival school?
It's a team called Midlothian. It's probably been our rivals for a minute.
You guys
a couple years.
You guys got some pretty big battles with them usually yearly?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's always like an amazing game, back and forth.
What happened at the latest game, when you guys got a chance to play?
They had beat us bad. Well, not bad, but they had beat us. I wasn't happy about it. But next year, I'm probably going to go. I will go out and I'm going to play our best and go beat them.
And do you feel that rival school was your toughest battle of the season, or did you have another opponent that you faced that was even stronger or tougher?
No, it was probably Denton Ryan. We played Denton Ryan first round. He was down 21-0 going into halftime. And they come out of halftime like a switch just flipped. And everything started going our way, and we came back and won that game.
That's big. Isn't that Anthony Hill's
Anthony
team?
Hill, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's a big win, bro. Congrats.
Thank you.
And man, your offer sheet is serious. I mean, Alabama, Georgia, just what is it like, still as a sophomore, just receiving all this love from some really good programs?
To be honest, I'm just taking it day by day and just everything come to me. But just knowing I could play on that kind of level in a couple years from now, it just gets me excited. Because I've been dreaming about that since I was young.
Yeah, for sure, man. And are there? I mean, because like I said, a lot of really good schools have already given you that offer and everything. Are there any other schools that you want to hear from offer wise that haven't, I guess, given it to you yet?
Probably just Ohio State, probably USC. I'm from the East Coast, so Ohio State is like right next door to me, basically. So
Gotcha. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
Okay,
I'm
got you.
from there.
And then I also want to ask about that Miami offer that you gotten super recently. Just tell me how that come about.
They come to the school. No, I was a different school. So they had talked to my coach, they had talked to my receiver trainer, and they had talked to my recruiting coordinator, my head coach, and they all had let me know that Miami was gonna offer me. Then then I got the receiver analyst's number. I talked to him. He had offered me, and then my recruiting coordinator had gave me another receiver analyst's number, and then he had offered me two that same day, probably like an hour later. They both offered me. I was just excited, to be honest.
In your eyes, what traits make an elite wide receiver?
Probably just the ability to get open, create separation, and just your yards after the catch.
So, describe your game to somebody who has never seen you play. You know, if they know football, but they've never seen your film. Okay,
so if you know Stephon Diggs, it's probably gonna be a little bit like Stephon Diggs, a little bit. That's how I try to make my game after. It's gonna be a lot of separation from the defenders, crazy catches, and touchdowns.
Is Stephon Diggs your favorite receiver?
Yes, sir.
Who are some of the other receivers that you like to watch? College, NFL, just.
I like Marvin Harrison Jr. I like Mike Evans. I like Deontay Johnson a lot because he's real smooth. And I like Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Got you. And then going back a little bit to Miami, just I know super initial. What do you know about them as a program?
I just know that they, I know the past of putting like a lot of players in the NFL. I know they're a very good school to go to, and that's it really.
Yeah,
I got to do some more research on them.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And then just a super general last recruiting question I'll ask. Obviously still very early, but what are some of these things that you want to see from these coaches and they want to see from these colleges when making that final eventual decision?
Probably someplace I feel like home, where I'm treated right. It's all about like relationships. To be honest, I like relationships. I want to be able to trust you. You trust me. I want them to have a relationship with my family and all that. Just in case something happened, they could reach out to them and just make sure I'm good. I'm on the right track.
Is there any specific way that your coaching staff determines who your game captains are?
No, sir. So they'll do it. So at the beginning of the season, the whole team will vote for 6 or 7 people who they think should be the captains, and then we give them to the coach, and the coach will decide by whose name is written down the most.
Okay, so I mean that lets the peers kind of show who they look up to. I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. That's a good way to go about it, man. So let's talk a little bit of game week film study right here, okay? You're going up against cornerbacks that like to press a lot. What are you looking for early in that tape so you can take advantage?
I'll probably just look at, is he going to jam me right away, or is he just like to play press and bail? Is he playing inside, leverage, outside? And it just depends how I'm going to set him up. And I'm going to just work him. And I find like when his weak spot is, I'm going to just keep going at it until he switch it. And I'm going to keep going at that one until he switch it again.
And do you have any early individual goals for that next season?
I want to be the best player I can. Probably want to catch over. Matter of fact, no, I want to have over 1,200 receiving yards, probably 12 touchdowns, and I want to win a state championship.
Got you. And what was your stat line this past season?
I think I had 600 or 700 receiving yards with 5 receiving touchdowns. I had a kick return, but I had 800 all-purpose yards.
Okay.
Including kick and punt return.
Oh, so they mix you in on special teams as well?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any kickoff or punt return touchdowns?
I had 1 kick return. It was against a team called Lake Belton.
Nice.
Yeah, played them.
And are you running with 7-on-7 team right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I play for True Bus. We're just down in Miami a couple weeks ago.
Oh, sweet. How's Battle Miami then?
I didn't even go because my quad was messed up. I had strained my quad, but I didn't go. And the team had went. But they told me they loved it. They told me they loved it.
And what's next for True Bloods?
We got Houston next week, and then we're going to Vegas the week after that.
How big is it for you when you decide your college to get possible chances at early playing time?
Well, that means a lot. That's a big deal because I want to play as a freshman. I don't want to just be there watching and getting mental reps. I actually want to get physical reps and going against the ones every day, so make me better and make my teammates better too.
Cristobal recently stated that he wants young recruits to come in and get early snaps. He wants them to earn them. He's going to give them a chance to earn them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how big is it to hear that out of the head coach's mouth?
It means a lot because I know some people, if you're not like a high enough star or something, they're just going to look over you and they're going to go with the guys they know that's already there. With a coach like that who's going to give everybody a shot and see what he could do, I love it.
And has this Miami coaching staff, you know, just any of the coaches that you've spoken with, have any of them said anything to you that really caught your attention?
No, sir, not yet. Probably the only thing they said they love my film and they love the player I am, the player I am on and off the field.
I know I said that my last question, the question asked a couple minutes ago, was going to be my last recruiting question, but I forgot one. I know you were at Texas A&M. Just tell me how that visit went for you.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I toured the facility. I didn't know they had that much money. And then I had I had to call. I had toured the facility. I didn't know they had that much money, to be honest. And then I talked to the coaches. They seemed real cool to me. They seemed out there buying into me. They really liked me.
And then and then next year at Red Oak, you know, stepping in junior season, do you think you'll be in more of a leadership role?
Oh, yes, sir, I will, most definitely. That's my job.
And what would you say your leadership style is?
I'm a little laid back compared to everybody else. I'm not going like rah, like all in your face. I'm gonna talk to you though. If you messing up, I'm gonna correct you, but I'm not gonna be screaming at you. I'm gonna just pick you up when you're down.
I want to talk to you about your connection with Coach Margin Hooks and how valuable of a teacher he really is. I have a lot of respect for Margin. You know, where do you really feel that he's been able to take your game to the next level, and especially coming off of an injury like that too? You know, where do you really value his training?
That's probably my number one priority right now. So I know he's steering me in the right direction. He teaches me stuff every day, even when I'm not like physically with him. We'll be on the phone talking about what I could do, this and this. And during the season, I send him my game film. Anybody, you should have done this and this. If he's lined up like this, you can hit him with this. He's just like a mental coach. He just teaches me like every day.
It's amazing how many wide receivers he's put into college, but not just the fact of quantity, it's the quality too. Yeah. He puts in really good receivers out there, man. So
yes, he does.
I'm glad to hear you're working with him. I'm glad to hear that, man. Go ahead and give some of your social media plugs. Let the people know where they can find you on social media.
My Instagram is Taz.1x. My Twitter is Taz_1x, and my TikTok is Lil Tazvert.
Okay. And any shout outs you want to give, man, to your coaching staff, trainers, anyone that's helping you, like Margin, you know, anybody else, you know?
Just shout out to Margin Hooks, my recruiting coordinator, Johnny Johnson, my dad, Taz Williams, and my head coach, Melvin Robertson.
Man, I got one last question for you, man. It's a question we ask every single recruit that comes on this show. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and compete at such a high level on a weekly basis?
I have been playing it since I was 5 years old, so it's always been a part of me. It was just something I could do to just get my mind off stuff and just keep me active, and I just fell in love with it. And I do it because I know, like, at the end goal, I want to get paid for it, and it's something I want to do for the rest of my life.
You got your eyes on the big picture.
Yeah, I do.
Luke, you got anything else for our fantastic guest here?
Yeah, man. You said your TikTok is Lil Tazvert.
Mhm.
You listen to a lot of Lil Uzi?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite rapper. Yeah.
No, okay. Me too. Me too.
For real?
Okay. So I gotta ask you then, right? Game day list. Who's on? Is Lil Uzi on it?
Oh yeah, he's in there. Yeah, he's in there.
Who else?
I got G Herbo. I got Lil Double O. I got NBA YoungBoy, and I got Chief Keef.
Favorite Lil Uzi song?
I like. Hold on. I gotta think a little bit. I don't even got one because I like a lot of songs, but most of them are like unreleased. So that's what I like. That's what I listen to. I listen to a lot of unreleased songs.
I got you. No, I got you. I got you.
Well, Taz, man, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man.
Yeah, no
It was
problem.
great. It was great to have the a chance for the fan base to get more familiar with you and learn a little more about you. And you know, with your recruitment still going on and development still going on, we definitely would love to have you back on in the future so we can, you know, let fans know kind of what's going on in your recruitment and development.
Okay. I'll be back on soon.
Yep.
Sure.
We'll stay in touch for sure. You have yourself a good night, Taz.
You too.
All right, guys. That was 2025 wide receiver out of Texas, Taz Williams, who is working with one of the predominantly, how would I want to say it? I guess I would just say one of the most major trainers for wide receivers in the entire nation, Margin Hooks. Like I mentioned him, it's not just quantity he produces, it's quality he produces. Guys like Ashton Cozart, Braylon James, Evan Stewart, the list goes on and on and on. Charleston Rambo, you know, the list goes on and on and on. I'm really glad that Taz is getting this early development from Margin because it will take his game to another level. Noble Brooks, even I saw he signed recently as well. That's another one of Margin's guys. They're all getting signed by somebody.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a testament as well to the early exposure that he's getting within his recruiting. I mean, Bama, Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, now Miami. A lot of schools I didn't mention. Like he has a bunch of other Power 5 schools that are offering him. So he is going to be one of the best receivers in the class of 2025. I am sure of that. And I mean, he's just a rising recruit right now. Is going to continue to rise and rise.
He's like a 35 offer type recruit.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's already touching. I don't know where he's at right now, but I think he's in the 20s right now. So
he's going to get there. He might hit that 40 mark
very soon. Very soon. Yeah.
Anytime you hit that 40 mark, I don't give a damn who's making you offers. You've impressed somebody. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Well, dude, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna have our last guest. I just haven't been able to get a hold of him. I know he had some things going on. But, you know, we'll get something set up for him in the future. I definitely want to get him on because he's a fantastic wide receiver he's flying below the radar still a little bit, but our staff, they're really high on him. They see that upside. So, man, Luke, dude, thank you so much for joining me again for another show, man. I always appreciate you being on here as a co-host, dude. It just makes these shows just so much better for me, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. I love being on always.
Well, dude, we will be back next Wednesday with another mess of recruits, and you guys know we'll make it happen. We'll get them on each and every week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.